the investigation? Thank you.
Thank you for that question from the BBC. The BBC, I will remind you, have never ever called Hamas a terrorist organisation, to your shame. You have also, the BBC, have been an institution which has paid money, licence fee money, to your shame, to the terrorist organisation. That has been come out as a fact. The BBC have also created fake documentaries, sympathetic to Hamas. So that is where the question is coming from, just so everyone is fully aware. The Prime Minister made a very clear comment about the incident yesterday at Nasser Hospital. That comment is available online. It's available on the Prime Minister's Twitter feed. And also that comment makes clear that the military authorities, the IDF, are investigating that incident. And the results of that investigation will come out extremely soon, without much further delay. But I would say, when it comes to the issue of journalists inside Gaza, and the Prime Minister's made his comments already about the situation, about journalists in Gaza, that of course journalism is a noble profession, but many journalists who have reported from Gaza, so-called journalists, are simply terrorists with a press vest on. And the latest example of that was the Al Jazeera journalist who was targeted and eliminated. He was on the Hamas payroll. He was in the Hamas telephone book. He was a Hamas company commander. He went through Hamas training. His Facebook and his social media were littered with pictures of him hugging Hamas leaders, including Sinwar himself. So we'll take no lessons from the BBC, particularly that has shamed itself in this war when it comes to journalism. Of course, we take journalists, the right of journalists to do their work extremely seriously. This is the most open country when it comes to a free press in hundreds of miles in any direction. Okay, I can see some further questions here from Lara from the New York Times. You're asking me if the Security Cabinet meeting has started already. I've answered that one. Another question here from Spanish media. When does Israel plan to allow international press into Gaza? Request is made by many major journalistic organizations. Thank you for that question, Maria, about media going into Gaza. This has gone on far too long. Hundreds of journalists have gone into Gaza. Hundreds of journalists have seen the aid waiting on the Gazan side of the Israel-Gaza border. And if journalists wish to enter Gaza, they should make their request through the IDF. Next question, I think I've taken that question from Matthew Doran. The next question is from RT, from Asia Apakova. On Wednesday, IDF troops completed a targeted raid on several commando outposts belonging to the old Syrian regime on the slopes of Mount Hermon summit in Syria. Just flick back. When the Prime Minister talks about Greater Israel, does this mean that the borders of neighbouring countries, including Syria, are disputable? Thank you for that question from RT. Let me answer it this way. When it comes to Syria, let me address this particularly. Israel's de facto response is that we want peaceful relations with the new regime in Syria. That is our objective, and we are certainly seeking to push that forward. But I will say very, very clearly that Israel, after the October the 7th massacre, will do everything in its power to defend itself. That is our duty, it is our responsibility to defend our people. We will always, first and foremost, put out the hand of peace where there is an opportunity to create a better future between Israel and Syria. We will certainly do that. I've already spoken in this briefing about Lebanon and the positive things which are happening inside Lebanon, which we very much welcome, which means that Hamas are being disarmed. We want there to be a peaceful border between Israel and Lebanon. But when it comes to Syria, yes, our de facto response is, of course, to get peaceful relations with our neighbours in Syria, but we will make very, very clear that Syria can no longer become an Iranian outpost. And that is the reason why we are taking forward the discussions that we are taking forward. Okay, next question, please. Okay, we've taken that question. Next question is about the Brazilian government, and we've taken that question as well. Okay, let's take one from Leo Soroka from the Washington Post. Opposition leader Lapid said today in an interview with the Wine that Hamas's response contains 98% of what Witkoff asked for, yet Israel still hasn't gotten back to the mediators. And the last part of your question, can you relate to that? Why has Israel not responded to the mediators? Thank you very much for that question, Lior. Look, Israel has made its position clear, and our Prime Minister has been crystal clear. No more piecemeal elements to a potential ceasefire, humanitarian pause. Our objective is all of the hostages, a full deal. There is simply no explanation that would be justifiable to a civilized person of why Hamas should hold